Greetings, my name is Kamil Khalidi BMM3022, MA18217. Today, I am going to present our group project for BMM3023. My group consists of Kumaisan Analaki Muhammad Ravi, MA18163, and Amir Aiman bin Jamil Anwar, MA18075. Firstly, we are going to look into the problem statement. Tesla Inc. has assigned a project to design a new model of an electric vehicle. The team has been put together to complete the project. The scope of the project covers the design of the vehicle, the electric motor adaptation into the vehicle, power storage system, and the assembly process. First, we need to analyze the market to find a suitable solution for the project. First, we compare between the sedan and the pickup truck. For the sedan, we are thinking about continuation of Tesla Model T with adapted design, a new body and structure, better computer system, better power storage system, and updated traction control. In comparison, for the pickup truck, we are going to design a simplified version of the Cybertruck with a simpler body design, lighter materials, normal durability, and updated computer system. To decide on between the two of these, we are going into the financial analysis. First, we can see the table between the two options, which first, the sedan would require the initial investment of $4 billion and could be sold for $42,000. We are expected to a sale of 30,000 units per year, which means for 4 years we are going to get 1.26 billion per year. In comparison, for the pickup truck, we need the initial investment of 3.5 billion. But we would be selling it for the price of $80,000 per unit. We are expecting 20,000 units to be sold per year, which means for the first 4 years, we are expecting 1.6 billion in revenue. Next, we are going to look into the payback calculation. For the sedan, we are expecting to get paid back in 3.17 years, and the return on investment for the sedan would be 31.5%. While on the other hand, the pickup truck would pay back the initial investment in 2.19 years, almost a full year earlier than the sedan, and the ROI for the pickup truck would be 45.7%. Next, we are going to look into the project NPV. The board of directors requires a projected analysis in 4 years before making any decision. The requirement for the projection is a 50% rate of return and a positive NPV. Comparing the two options, which is the sedan and the pickup, the sedan returns a negative NPV of negative 0.402, while the pickup truck returns the positive NPV of 1.07. This means that we are going to choose to design the pickup truck. So for the time frame, we are going to start with the first process, which is the drawing and the rendering phase. This would take around 3 months to get the design that we wanted. Next, we are going to move into the packaging. The packaging is where the internals of the car will be determined for its suitability. This will also take about 3 months. For this, the design will, in this stage, the design will change quite significantly because the initial drawing usually would not accommodate the internals of the car. Next, the scale model will be built. This would take around another 3 months, and in this process, all the parts of the car will be built in scale model, which is smaller than the final product, and the internals will be put in. In this stage, several models will be contrasted to be compared and contrasted between each other to attain a better final product. Next, a full-scale model will be made. Usually, they will be created by clay. However, in the modern world, 3D printing has progressed significantly, and more 3D printed parts have been used to recreate the full-scale model. This will also take around 3 months. Next, the interior modeling will take another 3 months. The interior modeling has to start after the full-scale model of the exterior of the car, because the interior would need to fit into the exterior. So the interiors will be modeled separately from the full-scale model. This is the phase where next, the materials and the colors are selected. There are several hundreds of options of materials and colors that the designers would have to go through before finalizing the decision. This will take another 3 months. Next, the dashboard and the driver element would be designed. Ergonomics has to be taken into account in this phase, because all the buttons and the interface will need to be reachable by the driver, especially when he or her is driving. Next, the exterior model and the interior model would be combined into a full product. This will take another 3 months. This is the best representation for the final product, because it combines both the interior and the exterior in a full-scale model. Next, the engineering team would design the tooling to make the product. This would take 9 months, because the process needs to be created from start to finish to create every part that needed to be in the car from start until finish. And last but not least, the feedback phase. This is where the finished model would be shown in showrooms, and the feedback from the public would be taken. This would take another 3 months.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Ahmad Iman Benjamin Anwar, and this will be my slide for EMS. Okay, so I will talk about the organization culture and structure. So as a project manager, an organizational structure must be built to achieve goals for the project. So organizational structure is a system that we outline how certain activities will be directed in order to achieve goals. Activities include making rules, appointing roles, and responsibilities. Okay, so for this presentation, we'll be choosing an organizational structure. As a project manager, we will be focusing on the new Tesla model of electric car, and based on what we have chosen, we have chose the dedicated project team structure. This is because we are making the car, and that will require an expertise and specialized skill set in all area department. So the dedicated project team structure will have dedicated set of people that will show commitment and dedication to each project. Okay, so what is the advantage for dedicated project? So first of all, dedicated project is known for its simplicity when handling project, as only specialized people are tasked with their expertise work. Okay, second, specialized worker is tasked with work that within their expertise, so the work will be accomplished much faster. And lastly is dedicated project structure promote cross-function integration between our workers, which is basically a good thing in a company. Okay, so next is the disadvantages of dedicated project structure. Although the dedicated project structure is simple and fast, it will be a bit expensive compared to other structure, because hiring people with specialized skill set will cost a lot of money. And then there will be an internal strife, conflict, department, if something is not going right during project. For example, the mechanical department is having problem, and the marketing problem is also will be having problem, because they cannot work unless the mechanical department settle their work. And lastly, there will be difficult to post project transition. For example, marketing department did not obtain the specific part that is needed for engineering department, then the workflow will be delayed, and it will affect another department. Sorry. So this is structure for dedicated project team. So as you can see, the president will be on the top of the chart. Below this, the finance and human resource, and the project manager. This is us, project manager. We will be controlling each leader from each department. So one person from marketing department, one person from engineering department, and one person from manufacturing department and procurement will be discussing with the project manager to have a better workflow.
So now I'm going to explain about how does an electric car work. So first, when we press the car pedal, the controller regulates the electrical energy from battery and inverters. Then, when the controller is set, the inverter will send the electrical energy to the motor based on the pressure of the pedal. Then the electrical motor will convert the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Finally, the rotation of the motor will rotate according to the transmission, and the wheel will turn and making the car move. Now we will look into the main components of electric vehicles. So we have four, which is power inverter, battery pack, controller, and electric motor. So the first one is power inverter. So the function of power inverter is to change the direct current DC into AC. So the electric motor will use AC. So the second one is battery pack. So the battery pack functions as electrical energy storage system. So the third one is controller. So the main function of the controller is as a regulator of electrical energy from the battery and inverters that will be distributed among the electric motors. And the fourth one is electric motor. So the electric motor works by turning the transmission and wheels. Now we will look into other electric car components. So we have 5, which is DC-AC converter, thermal system, charge port, charger, and transmission. So we will look into DC-AC converter. So DC-AC converter converts higher voltage DC power into lower voltage DC power. So it is used to run vehicle accessories and used to recharge the auxiliary battery. Second one is thermal system. So the thermal system maintains a proper operating temperature range of engine, electric motor, power electronics, and other components. So the third one is charge port. So charge port, the function is to charge the traction battery pack. Fourth one is charger. So charger is a battery charging device, and it charges from utility grid, which is from the socket of our house or from other stations, electrical stations. And the fifth one, we have transmission. So the transmission transfers mechanical power from electric traction motor into wheels. Next, we will look into the assembly process of electric car. So we will look into electronics. So electronics such as body wiring and seating, which includes integrated drive unit, will be put in place. So the integrated drive unit consists of two parts, which is AC induction motor and two-stage gear reduction and differential. And second one, the components will be fitted. So components such as flooring, seats, carpeting, and console dash. And the third component will be installed. So the components such as air conditioning, heating, and circulation system. Fourthly, battery pack. So the battery pack will be installed and attached to the chassis. So the system is powered up and checked. Fifthly, other components such as windshield, door system, and exterior panels will be fitted into the electric vehicle. And finally, quality control check. So quality control check in terms of alignment, leaks, noises, and visual will be checked in order to make sure that the vehicle is safe to be used and doesn't have any problem. Now we will look into the Gantt chart of our operation. So as we can see from the table, so the tasks such as drawing, packaging, scale model, full model, interior modeling, material selection, dashboard design, and combining took the duration of 3 months, while tasks such as tooling design took 9 months, and finally the feedback task took 3 months as well. Now we have reached to the conclusion. So the purpose of the project is to assist the company director in achieving the project goal, which is to build a new electric vehicle and identify the intended project improvement. So we have able to use the information to become an excellent project manager and identify the key skills needed to act as a project manager and manage the organization effectively. Finally, we would like to express our gratitude to our lecturer to give us the opportunity to explore this topic, which will be useful in the future of our prospect and career. Thank you.